Good evening, folks. This is Dan Kaiser reporting to you from the late night news here in Annandale, Virginia on the Annandale News Station. Today I'm reporting on a man that goes by the name of Paul. Some of you guys know him, some of you guys don't. Some of you guys even might have a friend whose name is Paul. But I'm talking about the Paul from the Bible, from the New Testament. In fact, actually, he was in the Old Testament as well. And when it comes to the Christian religion, when it comes to Christianity, we have this thing called the Bible. And the Bible, believe it or not, has 66 books in the Bible. When we look at the New Testament, we have the first 4 books of the Bible that are called the Gospel: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. All of their perspectives on the walk of Jesus Christ when he was here on earth. After that, you have some of his disciples, including this guy named Paul, who begins to write the latter 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the rest of the New Testament books of the Bible, all the way leading up into Revelations. Now, Paul was not always this Christian go-getter. In fact, Paul used to be called Saul. And Saul, before he became Paul, was a Christian slayer. He would kill countless thousands upon thousands of Christians just because of their belief. But then there was a time where Jesus took his sight for a very long time. And by a very long time, I mean it was a couple of years, a few years. And I can't imagine at one point you're able to see and the next you're not. And then your vision gets taken because God himself was trying to speak to you, was trying to change your heart. So then when Saul finally submitted his life to Christ, he was then renamed Paul. And Paul was this guy who was on fire for the Lord. He traveled the nations. He went everywhere. Romans, Ephesus. He went to Acts. He went to Galatia and all these other places to spread the word of God. He was even arrested and placed in jail. But even while he was in jail, he was still worshiping and praising God for what he's done and what he's going to continue to do. Paul was the absolute bomb diggity MVP of the New Testament. If it wasn't for him and his persistence and his willingness and his surrender of who he was to Christ, the church that we would know today would cease to exist. And so if you ever meet a Paul, just give him a high five, even though they might not be the Paul of the New Testament or Paul of the biblical times, but he's still an awesome guy. He's the reason why we have the books of the Bible and the New Testament today that we can read, that we can follow, that we can exemplify and live out to the rest of our days. But that concludes my report here. Hope you guys have a good night. And Jen, carry us out.